Here's your Forbes Daily Briefing for Tuesday, May 14th. Today on Forbes, this pandemic boomtown is also a surprisingly wonderful place to retire. Bruce Mulholland spent 32 years working for the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers, mostly in Alaska, where he met his wife, Carrie. His last posting was in St. Louis, managing the cleanup of a suburban waste site contaminated with radioactive materials from the Manhattan Project era. In early 2021, shortly after his retirement from the Corps, Bruce, now 71 years old, and Carrie, now 55, hooked up their side hustle, a cobalt blue 1969 Citroen van retrofitted in Europe to serve gourmet coffee, to their truck and drove 1,870 miles northwest over 5 days to Spokane, Washington. They had picked the city for its natural beauty, reasonable costs, proximity to 2 of their 3 adult children, and coffee consciousness. Carrie says, quote, "Knowing that coffee was already a big deal in the Northwest, it was a business that we knew would travel." These days, the Mulhollands position their Surge Coffee Company van in downtown Spokane by the 100-acre Riverfront Park, which was the site of the 1974 World's Fair, and its sporting and other events. They dispense batch brews, mochas, and chai lattes at $6 to $8 a cup, and do about $70,000 a year in sales, donating all of their tips to charities, including local and international Christian relief agencies. Bruce says, quote, "I've always used repurposed as opposed to retired, because there's always something to do." The Mulhollands are planning to add a second van serving ice cream from a local dairy and to eventually hire a professional manager, so, as Carrie puts it, quote, "We can finally go to Italy." In recent years, lots of folks have been hitting the trail to this eastern Washington enclave, 20 miles west of Idaho, in search of an outdoorsy and affordable lifestyle. The U.S. Census Bureau estimates that between 2010 and July 2023, the population of Spokane County grew 17% to 551,455, while the city of Spokane, the county seat, saw an 11% increase to 231,000. It hasn't all gone smoothly. Spokane's housing supply was already running short when the COVID pandemic and work from home unleashed a new wave of arrivals. A 2021 study by the Spokane Association of Realtors found residential rental vacancies had fallen to 1%, and starter homes were getting as many as 30 offers, with young locals being priced out of the market. That year, the mayor declared a housing emergency. Between the time the Mulhollands decided on Spokane in 2017 and were ready to move in 2021, prices rose so fast and the housing supply got so tight that they moved into a condo in South Perry, a once rundown city neighborhood that now boasts trendy restaurants and shops. For the Mulhollands, it was a temporary solution. They've also bought 2 wooded acres just 10 minutes out of town and are building a home using lots of Washington state wood. 3 years after the mayor declared the housing emergency, Spokane is still grappling with the housing shortage. Median home prices in the county have risen by 2/3 since 2019 and now hover around the national median of $394,000. But that's still less than half the $879,000 median in Seattle, a prime source, along with pricey California, of migrant flow. The fact that its housing prices are still comparatively reasonable is one reason Spokane earned a spot on Forbes' Best Places to Retire in 2024 list, which emphasizes quality living at an affordable price. Other factors that helped it make the list include good air quality, a low risk of natural hazards, plenty of primary care doctors, and no state income tax, except on certain capital gains in excess of $250,000 a year. Downsides include a higher than average crime rate, a state estate tax, cold winters, and only a so-so economy. As for lifestyle, the city is very bikeable, and the area offers extensive hiking trails and 7 public golf courses. Ski slopes are an hour away. Moreover, as the largest city in what's known as the Inland Northwest, which includes eastern Washington and Oregon and northern Idaho, Spokane tends to punch above its population weight when it comes to concerts, restaurants, and sporting events. Spokane hosted both men and women's college basketball games during March Madness, and the men's team at Gonzaga, the biggest local private university, has made it to the Sweet 16 of the NCAA tournament for 9 years running. The Podium, a $53 million indoor sports facility, opened in 2021 adjacent to Riverfront Park. It's designed to accommodate professional volleyball, basketball, wrestling, and track events. As for the housing shortage and so-called meh economy, local leaders are working on it. The city has adopted new regulations to allow more units and eliminate parking requirements in residential areas. The idea is to allow more housing to be built in existing neighborhoods. For full coverage and to see the full Best Places to Retire in 2024 list, check out Emily Mason's piece on forbes.com. This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes. Thanks for tuning in.